What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Yale Chronicles, the journey through the life of a strength and conditioning intern at Yale University. I'm Ryan Gosker, back with you for day 19, the start of week 5. Wow. Made it through 4 weeks. Here we are, starting week 5. So we did work yesterday. So we're headed into the home stretch of our 13 straight days worked. And I'll be honest with you, we gotta bring the juice. Coach Vash told me that you give high fives to bring the juice, because if you're juiceful, you're useful. If you're juiceless, you're useless. So take that. I'm gonna take that and try to apply it into work as much as possible. Kind of keep the juice going in the room, keep the energy going, because it is going to be a tough week. It is going to be a long week. It is also the last week before the freshmen get here. So really tightening up on our skills and making sure we're good to go. And we're in a position to succeed once the freshmen get here. We'll be okay. So week 5 starting yesterday, we had another camp. That was the end of 3 camp days in a row, and actually our last camp for probably, I think, 2.5 weeks, because there is one on Thursday this week, but it's from 12 to 7. So we have to obviously work the lifts and all that kind of stuff. So we will not be working that camp. But camp yesterday, it was hot. I didn't get any sunburn on my neck, so pretty skillful, not gonna lie. Humble brag, promise. But no, seriously, I thought it went really well. I think we're starting to really get noticed for our hustle, and the coaches love it. Like, I work with Coach Netter, the offensive line coach, and it works really well because I'm starting to learn his drills now. So after lunch, I had the pull drill set up for him before he even got down there. And he got down there and he was like, "Oh my God," he goes, "You're a beast, bro." And I was like, "Thank you, I appreciate that." But you know what? It's just one of those things, you work with somebody so long, you figure, hey, why don't I make it a little bit easier on them instead of making them do all the work and guessing. So I think I did a really good job there. And like I said, the hustle has just been great all weekend. It's been terrific. And at the camps, everybody loves it. We're on dead sprints, most of us. And we just keep going, keep pushing it, and that's the thing about this class that I'm really happy about right now. Obviously, as we get into later weeks, we'll see how it continues, but the hustle has been there the whole time. This group loves to grind, so we got another week, like I said, coming at you, another full week. We'll come back tomorrow for day 20 in a rainy New Haven on a Tuesday morning. Day 20 of the job. So I think at this point we're pretty comfortable with the athletes, and I think Coach Newman put it perfectly. We're kind of flowing better. We're acting more like coaches now. But this is where you can kind of see the storm coming, storm brewing, because next week the freshmen get here. So we're gonna feel like coaches and everything and all great, and then boom, here we go, freshmen come in, and we got to really be on top of our games, really be coaches. So, right now we're coaching guys that have been here for a few years, and they really know the way, so it's not that difficult. But to recap yesterday I thought was really smooth. I ran 2 racks again today. I thought my head was a little less spinny than last time. I worked with Sean Kissel and Jacob Heinisch. They both ran their rack beautifully. They both knew their weights. They were changing the plates. I wasn't doing as much of the crappy work. They were really taking a stranglehold on their workout. And then I was supposed to have another rack of bigs, but Micah apparently got his own rack. I'm not 100% sure why that was. Like, nobody else could be on there. So I'm not 100% sure about that, but I was trying to help him out. And then we had to get jerk boxes for him and all that kind of stuff. So it was definitely wild. It was definitely different because I'm working with 2 completely different workouts at the same time. So a little bit different, but it was a challenge. But I thought I made it through, and just when we got to the field, just continued to hustle, and that's it. And that's a big part of what we do. And as long as you hustle, like, your heart's in the right place. So yeah, looking forward to today. I should be similar to yesterday. I'm hoping they can't use the turf and the linemen don't have to do their sleds, which would be beautiful because I have to spin every sled. So if they can just avoid doing sleds today, that would be nice. But we'll see with the turf and its condition, because it might be getting redone again. But we'll see. It should be similar to yesterday, but obviously the obstacle of raining. And of course, I don't have my blue sweatshirt with me today because some other intern has it. Rachel, talking to you. She has my blue sweatshirt from like Friday or something, and I've yet to get it back. And well, today it bit me in the rear end. So we'll see. But the obstacle of rain is obviously definitely should be intriguing to deal with. But you know what? We faced it head on, and we've faced rain before, so it won't bog us down. We'll see. I'll be back tomorrow for day 21. Oscar, day 21 coming at you. And as I mentioned last week, before all the freshmen get here, so we'll be saying goodbye to some of the guys we've been working with for the past 5 weeks, and we'll enter some new faces into the gym. So to recap yesterday. Yesterday I thought was really actually close to what Monday was. The only difference is lacrosse ran their Husker program, and I got sent back from the field to be part of that. So that was exciting. That actually. So to be honest, we got to the field and everything was set up, and we looked in great shape. And we got there, and Coach Newman told us the Prowlers had to be on the other field, and we had to move the 4-man sled about 75 yards. So when I got back, I really was just one of those things that like ticked me off, and I wasn't too happy about it. But really running Husker gave me a second win, and it got me really excited again. So, and pushed me through the night. So, you know, I messed up a weight on Sean Kissel for his dumbbell reverse lunges. He had a different weight in each hand. That can't happen. That can't happen. It's unacceptable. I don't know how it happened in my head, because it is a mental screw up on my part, but I just don't know. I don't know how it happened. I could have swore, but see, that's no ATD. That's an issue. So I will correct that stuff. That stuff will be fixed, and try to limit that as much as possible, obviously. So looking forward to today, another lecture on tap today. Again, a really technical lecture in terms of the laws. So that way we'll be able to look at programs and go, well, that violates this, and this. So as Coach Newman put it last night in our debrief. So yeah, so that, again, another mentally taxing day. And then we'll be back on the job with the athletes tomorrow for day 22. We look forward to that, getting the athletes back at the building. It's nice for them to get an off day and us to get a off day from them, but obviously not an off day from work. So day 22 on tap. Listen, I get a little tired too. Day 10, 13 straight days worked. Although I'm not sure, it might be day 11 or day 12 at this point, because it looks like right now we're gonna have the weekend off, which is gonna be super, super nice. Get some time to relax and everything. But we got to stay focused. Here. We got another camp day today. Me and about 3 or 4 or 5 other interns are set to head down to camp and help out, because camp starts at 12 today instead of 5:45. So I much appreciate that. But that just means we got to leave at 2 o'clock to head back and do our regular lifts. So gonna be a wild day for me. I'm really relying on the people back at PWG to have everything organized and everything almost set up for us, so that way it helps our transition back into the gym when we get back to PWG. So we'll see. I thought yesterday was another admin day. I thought it was really good. The lecture was really intriguing. The different skins, and you know, the Nebraska skin in particular, of heavy explosive, light strength, light explosive, heavy strength. I thought it was really interesting, and I can almost see it being used around in Yale's program. So I think it's definitely a successful one and a really good one. But we also learned about Texas, the starting strength, Springfield, which doesn't have a lot of strength attached to it. It's more of a metabolic conditioning kind of thing. There's more metabolic effects than there are strength effects, but that's a whole different story. And I forget the table, but it was a table with a bunch of charts, and they had colors. And like Coach said, you don't want to be in the dead zone. So you don't want to be somewhere that doesn't have a color. So I thought it was really intriguing about that, like how even the slightest percentage change, you're in a dead zone now and you're not getting the effect that you should be getting. Or you're not going light enough on a light day, or you're not going heavy enough on a heavy day. So you're kind of just caught in no man's land, and everybody always says that's the worst place to be. So definitely don't want to be there. But learned a ton yesterday. We have another project, the INOL calculator project that we have to create for our workouts that we found, at least one of them. So should be tough, but again, rely on my team, help me out. I'm not great with Excel, but let's dig our feet into the ground and get it done. So have no other choice. Like I said, camp today. Still no turf use in PWG, so sleds won't be too much of an issue today for the bigs, at least in there. I'm sure they'll be using it out on the field tonight, but we'll have to see how that goes because camp is 12 to 7. So I don't know how they're going to do conditioning. I don't know where they're going to set it up. I don't know how they want us to set it up. I'm sure it'll be something wild, but we just got to be ready for anything. So day 23. Whew. The end of a long, long stretch. So we think we're going to have the weekend off. So this would end 12 consecutive days work, 12, 13. A lot of people have been arguing about it back and forth the past couple of days, but whatever. Got to fight through this day. This day's going to be tough. Here we are. It's 7:20, and we got to go do Husker at 9 o'clock. And then we get some downtime, but then we got the football lift. The football lift is all centrics today, at least for the bigs anyway. So that's going to be brutally tough. But got to find a way to get it done, and the motivation is some relaxing time tomorrow. So that's just as simple as it gets. Get the job done, get 2 days off, and then recoup from there. And the freshmen come in on Monday. I know some of them are going to be there for fourth quarter today, which is going to be really, really intriguing to see how long we're out there. But only time will tell. And all of them get here and are starting to lift with us on Monday. So that should be really fun, really intriguing, and we're ready to rock and roll. But like I said, we got Husker this morning, Eccentrics later today, and we got to kill it. So the end of week 5 coming at you. So normally I sign off by saying see you tomorrow. Sign off a little differently today. This is another episode of the Yale Chronicles, Journey Through Life of a Strength and Conditioning Intern. I'm Ryan Gosker. See y'all on Monday.